and welcome. I'm Jennifer Shlomovich, and I specialize in helping busy women simplify plant based living so they can improve their health, save time, and feel supported, even if their family isn't on board. Here on my channel, you'll find insightful interviews with inspiring vegans and practical tips on a variety of plant based topics. Whether you're just starting out or looking to deepen your journey, my mission is to be your supportive resource and guide. Today, my special guest is Justinas Čekanauskas, who is the founder of Lumos VAS, a vegan virtual assistant agency dedicated to supporting vegan, sustainable, and ethical businesses. A passionate vegan and former chef, Justinas created Lumos VAS to help mission-driven founders grow without compromising their values. His team provides administrative, marketing, and operations support tailored specifically for plant-based brands, nonprofits, and ethical entrepreneurs. Rooted in Baltic and pagan values of respect for nature and community, Justinas believes that changing the world shouldn't lead to burnout, and that every vegan founder deserves a support system that truly understands them. His vision is to make Lumos VAS the go-to support partner for the global vegan economy, helping founders scale their impact while staying deeply aligned with their ethics. Welcome, Justinas.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Really happy to be here with you today and grateful for the space you're creating with this podcast. And we need more conversations like this, like you're doing in this podcast. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love what you share on LinkedIn. We connected on LinkedIn a while back, and you have such valuable content on there. And I'm just really excited to have you on here today. So thanks for taking out time from your busy schedule.
No, really, my content and everything that people make special who read and attend and every single day and sharing that content more than another thing, because without the community or without another people, vegan people and everything who read and share that kind of stuff, we nobody finally. We need community to grow up, to be together and share and do things together. Without
Yeah,
that, we nobody.
absolutely. Community is so important. And before we have a lot of great things to talk about the work that you do and how you support ethical business owners. But before we do all of that, can you share about your vegan story?
Oh, you want the short version or the long?
Maybe the
No, my
in-between version.
okay. My the first time my version of veganism, the vegan became is starting a long time ago. When I was 12 only, I became vegetarian. Nobody in my family, nobody been vegetarian, nothing to do with that. One day I came just from the school, saw the things, and came home directly and tell my family, from today, I'm going to be vegetarian. And they start looking to me like, what happened here, what they told to you in the school, and stuff like that. It was like the first time. And my time I became working hospitality and everything, passing from line cook, getting more experience and everything. And of course, when I became a vegetarian, I understand some couple of things, what happened to the animals and everything in that my stage of the age and everything. But later, more working in hospitality and everything, I saw what is behind directly, how things happened and everything. And that is totally start to switching my mind. And 12 years later, I became vegan on my 24, and right now it's gonna be 15 years being vegan. And I'm still here, still alive, not missing proteins, and still okay. And not only eating salads.
That is a great story. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people, we start off vegetarian and then it's like building from there. And yeah, and you nailed it, right? Everyone thinks we only eat salads, right? Or not everyone, but people who aren't, who there's a common misconception of vegans only eating salads, being malnourished. not having enough protein. Meanwhile, non-vegans are not necessarily healthy people and missing nutrients as well. So it's about just eating a balanced diet. It has nothing even to do
Exactly.
with
But
that.
again, vegan people not defend a good quality of the food or healthy lifestyle. Okay,
Absolutely.
that is not what we try to do here. We for other reasons, we protect the animals, be kindness with the rest of the world, and that kind of stuff. Everyone is capable to be vegan, even who are eating French fries, drink Coke,
Mhm.
and cookies Oreo. They can be vegan.
Absolutely. I started out for health. And what made me commit was for the animals. And so when I want to have junk food, if I want to have ice cream or pizza, I can have a vegan version of it. Why have some other version that's filled with suffering when I can have the vegan version of it? So we don't
Exactly,
miss out.
and we're still vegan.
And still vegan, exactly. And so yeah, can you share a little bit more about what inspired you to create Lumos VAS?
Yes, of course. The Lumos VAS is, came with the project start like almost a year ago. Like I still been working on hospitality. Is been I became a chef. I been vegan chef, and really I see how hospitality work from inside, outside, and directly very hard to keep that people outside and inside, and I saw them directly tired, burnout, and everything what they doing. And for me, they directly come to my mind all that kind of stuff. But most impactful in that moment directly, I think so. What is became to switch to me directly that moment is
Mhm.
when I have a customer coming to me telling how great it's been the dish, they love it, it's been plant-based and
Mhm.
everything. And when they ask him, uh, do you vegan or something? Shit, no, I just love plant-based food and everything. And that is to me create impact more that people, yeah, they enjoy plant-based, but they don't understand or don't know what is behind why we're doing
Mhm.
that. And really that why I start to thinking how I can help to expand the veganism and help inside of for the businesses directly with the daily stuff, what they're doing, administrative stuff, invoices, mail check, search for different things and everything. And that is what Lumos VAS doing. Be virtual assistant and specialized and biggest businesses to understand really how things working, because the value from inside to be a vegan virtual service and give support is because we understand what is matter, how is ethical and sustainable things working. You don't need to come to us to explain and tell what reason you're doing that, for what reason, everything. We understand, and that is saving time and money for them too, because you don't need to do things in different way. You have directly support from
Mhm.
someone who really understand you.
Yeah, absolutely. And because when you're a vegan business, you have unique needs. Like there's the sure day-to-day business things that everyone else has, but then there's other stuff. So can you share a little bit more about how a vegan business is different from a non-vegan business?
Yes, of course, Jennifer. The vegan business is like I understand, and I hope for everyone is meaning the same. It's not we just selling products that matter. Is hospitality, the restaurants, is packages, is a pencil shop, flowers, or whatever. It's like it's not about selling the products. It's we try to change the world
Mhm.
directly, and that has come with different and unique challenges. Every decision, value, and everything in the ingredients, in packaging, in the messaging, and the partnership you every day decide who you're gonna work is take time
Mhm.
and more care because you need to double check. You just can't just pick up a faster option in that. You have your make your choice right. Or that's what I try to show the value of that. to the businesses, because it's very easy to go pick up stuff, doesn't matter from they coming or how they've been elaborated and everything, and then nothing to do with vegan values or ethics behind that. And that is what is really different us and what I try to do and help them directly, because like it's very good example, like I read this morning too, is like what a vegan restaurant not can be offer fully vegan or plant-based meal, but the wine is not vegan.
Mm.
Organic wine or different kind of wines, doesn't matter from where, that don't mean it's vegan. They need to be certificated vegan. A restaurant not be called vegan for the food and later and the drinks and the pop or the wine selling a normal stuff and they're not certificated vegan. That kind of value we need to show people and try to understand if we want to continue to show the rest that what is behind and what we try to do.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point, because someone who doesn't understand the nuances of being vegan, they might know the typical things, right? Like, like meat and fish and all those types of things. But like you said, there can be non-vegan ingredients in wines, such as like egg whites and other animal parts, ingredients for the
Yeah,
whole winemaking process, which I didn't realize right away. But like once I was vegan, you start learning about the other ingredients, the other ways that we don't
exactly.
need, because you can make wine without this stuff, right? You don't need these things. And so yeah, that's a great example as to, something that could be non-vegan, and a restaurant where, the main ingredients are vegan and everything checks out okay, but it's those little things that can actually be big things.
Yeah, and sometimes it's don't understand why we need to go so far. Another example is directly how we educate the plant-based food and the jam or when everything they try to put, and directly you white found egg white
Hmm.
and it's called plant-based. How that is possible and stuff like that. When you really change your mind and see everything what is read the labels and
Hmm.
switch directly your mind to be more attentive of the stuff. For those people can be is not mean nothing. For us is a big thing what we're doing and what we believe.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a great example. And when we've talked before, you were telling me about some of the complex, some things that you implement in your business and how you help and support vegan business owners. So, two of those examples were something you told me called a business shower, and then another thing you told me is ethical hours. So, can you share a little bit more about what those are?
Oh yeah, pleasure. Really, the business shower came to my mind like very not like how tell you like semi a joke coming, because everyone understand what is a shower. You have a
Hmm.
baby shower, a baby wedding shower, and
Hmm.
everyone celebrate in big way everything that kind of stuff. And for me, it's like one of the days what we really need vegan business support is like came to my mind why we not can do a business shower in the same kind of way. That is support what we can help and add to all businesses directly, building something special when somebody start the business. And a lot of time people, friends, and coming to you and say good luck and end of the like not like and walk away, that they understand what you're doing, but they're not making effort to help you, or because they don't know how to do, or nobody showed that before. That way is really a business shower came like understand you don't need to do this alone.
Hmm.
You have the community who can help you in all stages when you start the business. It's not just about the money, because people thinking is like, is support with the gift or the money. No, it's a simple coming to you, ask you how you're doing, if I can offer to you some help, and even I have some skills can help to you. Why not? I can offer to you that kind of help, and do that. And even simple message, I see what you're doing, I support you, or something like that, is more valuable than another money. Yeah, because money come and go, that is help in one moment. But somebody really having community who can, and every single time you have who asks you how to do that, because most of them, we're thinking when we starting a business, we know everything, but at the same time, we don't know everything. We're learning this in the moment. We're making mistakes, and that is okay. That's how we're learning. And that is the most beautiful of the process too, to learn how you start a new business, a new idea, a new dream, and everything. And you have really community support. That's what this means a business shower, to have groups who coming with the different skills and can help to you. Even simple, somebody making cards for your businesses, somebody can help to you design your website, or even make a meal and share with you, and everybody can with different kind of ideas where you can find something more cheap for your business, or you can do this in this way, gonna help you. That is community, and I think so we missing in the last years of vegan community when that everything started. That's why a lot of businesses, I think, closing, because we need to understand one thing: the vegan businesses, they don't have a lot of money. That is true. It's not, is a niche. If we're not helping each other to support a vegan businesses, nobody gonna do for us that. We need to first who be supporting that, and after that the rest, because people coming can go. This is trend. Somebody gonna like, another gonna support to you, enjoy. But finally, if the community, vegan community, not support you really, nobody else gonna do to you that. And that is my came the business shower idea really to help that.
I love that. When you shared that with me a while back when we spoke about it, it's so true. Like building a business can be such a lonely and scary and intimidating journey. And yeah, it's there's a lot of I've learned a lot about what doesn't work for me before I realize what did work for me as a business owner. And it can feel overwhelming. And community has made a huge difference for me. Finding a community of vegan business owners is so helpful. And I love how you've created this concept because I think it's so important. It's not about just giving money or giving gifts. It's like giving gifts, offering some kind of support, right? It's, like you're
Exactly,
saying, someone can make business cards, someone can bring a meal, somebody could just promote you with their network. Like all of it is so important, and just not
exactly,
feeling alone can make such a difference because it can be overwhelming. And yeah, we're all here, we're all driven to do this work because we want to make an impact. We want to, we want to protect animals, and we want to show people that they don't need to harm animals. And it's a lot of work sometimes to do these things, and it can be overwhelming. And I really love that concept. So how does it work? Is it like a party that people have in person? Is there like a virtual option? Like how does it work with
my idea is always been to that do in person,
Mhm.
like a normal shower.
Like a normal shower? That is so
Exactly.
cool. Yeah,
That
that's
is a communities to create in different cities. It's like most of ideas and everything is a dream someday can be became. But why not? Why
yeah.
not try to do something beautiful for the people at the same time? They can help to you at the same time too, because me, you, and a lot of people who in this in vegan businesses, we've been in that moment, and we know how hard it is to start without a lot of support, without much money, because nobody gonna give us money for nothing.
Mhm.
We're putting everything from our pocket. And it's hard sometimes to find people who really want to help you or understand where you are and how hard these things to do when you try to do things in ethical way, really. Because again, everything starting and ending is the same. You can do in the fast way or you can do in ethical way things. And that way is, if it's you really big in businesses, I hope you understand that and you do it that in that way. Because if not, you just are trained, you see this opportunity for you, get the profit, and what is behind the mission of the bigger businesses for you is never really be important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, that's something that makes you stand out from all the other business support services, because not only are you helping vegans, but you're providing that support, because I feel like that's something that's missing in a lot of services where it's like, yeah, someone can do your business services and your needs, but having that extra element of support can really make a big difference in someone's life, especially when it's stressful. You have your good days and your rough days as a business owner. So
Exactly.
I feel like having having that support element is very important.
And that support, I think, is always most important at the beginning.
Yeah,
When you're
absolutely.
overwhelming, you much things to do, you're still learning how to do the things properly, and you
Mhm.
really need help. And when you found someone who really understands you, where you are, and how things you try to do, and what is behind everything, you can save that time for do another things can be more important than fighting with your software, with the administrative staff, or your
Mhm.
invoice.
Right.
Because even for the answer the mails, you know how much time you can spend. Me and another, we spending nights checking the mails, try to answer everyone people, looking for the clients, looking for the
Mhm.
supplies, and it's a lot of time
Yeah,
spent.
absolutely. And having that support in the beginning can help build that momentum so that you can have that, success, that because you're building that foundation. So yeah, it's important to have that extra
And
support in the
and
beginning.
for me, it's like directly to avoid the burnout when you start the business too, because that is more, the most hard thing when you're starting the business.
Yeah.
It's just you overwhelming, you burnout, you're not losing really why you start to do, and you start to asking yourself, are you sure what you're doing? Is it right what you're doing, or are you
Mhm.
supposed to be close the door and never been starting this? And that's why I try to avoid for the people too, directly. If they have the dream, they have the mission, why not? If
Yeah.
there's a little help, they can make this more easy and make the dream possible. I'm here for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And and then you also have something called impact hours. Can you share a little bit more about what that is?
This is impact hours is like we're still on working on that. Is directly initiation is launched by me
Mhm.
directly, is part of the Lumos VAS, but it's directly starting loud by me, only me working on that project for now, because it's just to see if it's viable, because I put in my time, I put in my effort to help and support vegan non-profit organizations
Mhm.
directly, because donating directly VA hours every month to organizations doing meaningful work with the animals, planet, and vegan movements directly. And that's why I decide to invest a little of time and my money and help groups who doing so amazing job and running so great campaigns, events, and they need that help because they don't have money to have that support for a little small things like administrative or communications, like
Mhm.
organization with the schedules, updating their social media, writing some contents, really the support what they need, even try to help them to found more foundations, just still doing what they're doing, because they're doing so amazing job. And most of them, what they're getting back is not so much. And we
Yeah.
need to be grateful somebody is doing that job too. And if we can help with even some couple hours in some kind of way, everyone, they can do so much for help.
Yeah.
And that is my directly to try to give him back
Mhm.
something where another businesses can support, and thanks to that I can give him back too something. We're still working. I'm really working on that, looking for support in our community. If somebody else wanna directly to be associated with the impact hours uh, mission and organization, to create a community who really wanna help.
Mhm.
And again, is part of business shower too, because it's directly help someone who really need, who
Mhm.
not can afford also have that support. And if we can again can do something and help them, because they're doing a great job in advocacy and rescue of animals and save the animals in different ways, with their activism or something. Why not?
Yeah. No,
Because
absolutely.
that time they dedicate, and I can tell you directly, they're not giving so much back. They non-profit organization, they have foundations and everything. Everyone have a salary, a small salary. Most of them, it's like something. Of course, everyone needs to live. It's like, and they have, but what they're doing is more bigger than they're getting back.
Yeah. No, that's really nice and generous of you to do that, because that can really make a big difference in a nonprofit who's already stretched for time and resources, especially, a lot of them are rescuing animals, and that can be, that's around the clock work, and so offering some, just a little bit of time to help them with something, with a task, I'm sure that can have really big impact for them.
Yeah, and that is why I create the impact hours. Like, we're working on that. We're gonna try to make this the most bigger we can.
Hmm.
I gotta try because really it's me who put in time and hours outside from Lumos VAS, of course. But and again, say thank you for all organizations who send me directly want to have that support. I didn't expect. I had more than 15 organizations asking for help. I never
Hmm.
expected that directly. I think it's gonna be 2, 4, maximum 6 who gonna ask, and directly to tell them, sorry, I not can help everyone in this moment.
Hmm.
I gonna select who really need more help, and we're gonna dedicate time and support. And I hope soon we can share with them what we can do, and how the rest can learn to help and do things a little better. Or I
Hmm.
hope I can help them really with something, even as small. If they can have a little more money from somewhere, why not? In some kind of way.
Right, because that money can then help them with something else. And a lot of animal rescues, sometimes they need medicine, right? An animal is having a health crisis, and
Exactly.
sometimes,
Even a food, because
yeah,
they running out
food.
of the
Yeah,
food.
because I follow a lot of organizations, and um yeah, it can be challenging. They're already stretched, and then if some type of crisis happens to one of the animals, then they have to really work extra hard to keep things afloat and to help the animal that's having the issue. And so yeah, it sounds like you genuinely care, not only about obviously animals, but your businesses and you and your work is about helping those who want to help the animals. And by giving that support, we're all connected, and every little thing, by coming together, we can create this big impact, and we don't have to feel alone with it.
Exactly. That exactly is the mission. Is like when you're creating something, you never need to be feel alone in this. What you're doing in your dreams and everything, it's like you never need to feel alone. You should always, in some kind of way, you need to have help or support, or even like a small message. You're doing great what you're doing. You just need to keep doing, because
Mhm.
this is not only applied for the bigger businesses, it's for all businesses, what we're doing and stuff we're doing every single day.
Yeah.
A simple 2 words can make a difference in one person's life. It's like,
Absolutely.
and that is the most kindness thing can happen. If somebody can tell to you how great you're doing, or how good to you things going today for you, it's like, or don't worry, I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
That it can make a very and big impact in the persons. And veganism is, we're not talking about the food. This is not the most important thing for us. For us, the first is to help animals and be kindness with the rest of the world. We try to do that. Nobody is perfect. That
Yeah.
is nobody asking to you to be perfect.
Mhm.
But again, putting a small seed and someday gonna grow and we're gonna make the difference.
Yeah, and actually today, when we're recording this, which is April 29th, right? Yeah, April 29th. It's
Yes.
actually my 8-year vegan anniversary. So, yeah, so big celebration there. Yeah, and yeah, and that's what kept me, and it started with the food and the health, but then it was like when it became about the animals, and when I worked through that cognitive dissonance that I had, that a lot of us have, because we grow up thinking it's okay to eat animals. And when I worked through all of that, um, yeah, I was determined to make it my mission to help support people on their vegan journey. And yeah, and you're doing such great work, and I know when I didn't have support, it was much harder and took me longer to get things done. And so by the work that you're doing, it's helping people continue to do the good work that they're trying to do.
It's like, because I've been in that too. I
Yeah.
know how it's hard to do that. I know
Mhm.
how hard. And it's my way to, at the same time, to give back
Mhm.
what I learned before.
Mhm.
I can be not the best activist. I know going to save animals or who doing another great job. But that is my seed, what I try to help in different way. And I hope with that, what I doing, they can do bigger things. That way my
Mhm.
mission.
Yeah.
Because everyone have different skills, and that's what we need to use. That way we in the community, we want to help each other, and that way we need to pushing
Yeah.
this.
Absolutely. You're doing great work, and I wish you so much success with that. Question I like to ask my guests is, what's an inspirational resource you would like to recommend? Like, is there a podcast or a book, or something
Oh,
that's really
this
like helped
is
you on your journey?
this is gonna sound is like a little out of the place, but directly I really, one book is always stuck and I recommend it always for everyone.
Hmm.
Is a book called This is Vegan Propaganda.
Ah, by Ed Winters.
Exactly.
I
It's
have not.
honest, well reasoned, it's powerful. It's great reminder of why we're doing and what
Hmm.
we do. It's simple, it's easy to understand. You don't need to be expert on nothing, and it's easy way to how we can do things more easy at the same time. I think so is not the most important book you can need to read, but I think so. I always gonna recommend because it's honest, powerful, and easy to understand that book.
That's a great. Yeah, I haven't read it, but I read his other book. that came out last summer, How to Argue with a Meat Eater and Win Every Time. And
I still miss it. I gotta tell you,
oh,
I didn't have time to read that.
such a great book. And it's not so much about arguing, it's about having discussion. And one of my favorite sayings that I've heard before is, knowledge conquers fear. And the more knowledge you have about something, you're able to speak and speak up about it. And because it can feel intimidating, especially in the beginning when I was a vegan and non-vegans would ask me questions, and sometimes they're not nice. Some people are asking because they genuinely wanna know and they're trying to
Oh,
understand. And then there are those who just wanna, like, try to start an argument. They wanna jab at you. They wanna, like, start a confrontation. And his this book is so he covers everything, and he gives such great, just facts, and he debunks a lot of the false narratives out there, and he gives the documentation for all of this. And it's just such a great book to have, because whether you're a vegan who's not a business owner or a vegan who is a business owner, you're going to always bump into people who are going to, try to challenge you. And this book of his is just really great. So yeah, I definitely want to read This Is Vegan Propaganda. So maybe I'll add that to my summer reading, because I feel like I just love his work, and I think he's doing such great work out there. I like to watch his YouTube channel sometimes, and so yeah, I think that's a great recommendation. Even though I haven't read the book, I know his other work. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
looking
but I
forward
need
to
to
reading it.
recognize I'm in the last times of my life, I cheating on the books. I passed to audio book. It's like I know it's not the same, but people need to recognize and tell. Not all time is possible. You don't have so much time to do
Hmm.
things what you wanna. And it's like it's not the traditional way to read the book, but I think so. This is better than nothing.
Yeah, I do audiobooks sometimes because I'm so busy, that I can, if I'm going for a walk or I'm driving or I'm going to the gym or I'm doing some like work where I can have something to listen to. It's a way I can multitask. So it definitely helps. That's a great recommendation. Justina, it was really great having you here today. Thank you for sharing your journey and the work that you do. What's the best way for people to connect with you?
The best way, I think, they have my lumosvas.com website.
Hmm.
I'm really try to be active in LinkedIn, in my personal page, Justinas Čekanauskas. They can contact from the page of Lumos VAS in Instagram and Facebook. But if you really wanna deep more insight in the business shower, in the impact hours, and articles and posts about veganism and vegan stuff, check my LinkedIn. I always recommend it because it's not everything about business that
Hmm.
I left most of the time to my directly website, lumosvas.com. And some couple of things I sharing in my personal account, more outside things not related with the business. They all related because we all always talking about the vegan stuff and everything. But usually I share and try to open a little mind and give people to think about stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, I really enjoy your posts. Great. Yeah, I'll also I put in the notes. I'll put in the notes below this video, your links for your LinkedIn and your website for Lumos VOS. This way, it'll be easy for you to connect with Justinas. But yeah, it was great having you on. Thanks again for stopping by and having this chat with me.
Thank you so much, Jen.
Yeah.
I appreciated what you're doing with your podcast, with another podcast, what you're doing too. It's such a great energy that you bring always to all conversations and stuff you're doing and bring in every single podcast. And everyone, I recommend always to support like things like doing you too. Why not? It's such a powerful job you're doing too at the same time, to promoting another businesses, another people, sharing what they're doing. And you, again, every person have different skills,
Hmm.
and that's what we need, community. Without us together, we're nobody.
Thank
And
you.
that is
Yeah.
the most important. And again, thank you so much for having me in this fantastic podcast. We're gonna have a chat more with you. And again, thank you so much for having me. Pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I love talking to different vegans, sharing their businesses, promoting the work that they're doing, and having these impactful conversations because you never know how a conversation can help somebody. So, thank you for being a part of that and being a part of my community. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching and also being part of this community.
Thank you so
And
much.
yeah, thank you. And I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.